The iPhone can do some really amazing things, but there's an entire section of the iPhone that I think most people never really explore, and it has some real gems hidden away in terms of technologically impressive features. It's the accessibility section. If you've never checked it out, it can feel a bit overwhelming at first, with so many options. There's far too many for us to cover in just one video. So today, I thought I'd go over 8 really impressive things that your iPhone can do thanks to accessibility. Okay, let's get into it. If needed, your iPhone has a remarkable piece of technology called eye control. To access this, go to Settings, then Accessibility, and under the Physical and Motor section, there is an option called Eye Tracking. Tap into this and enable it. The first thing that you'll need to do is go through a brief setup with your iPhone. You'll want to have your iPhone propped on a stable surface, whether on a table where you're looking down at it or on a stand in front of you. This feature is designed for situations where your iPhone remains relatively still. You'll then follow a set of dots around the iPhone display with your eyes, pausing to look at each one as your iPhone tracks your eye movements. It's essentially the same kind of technology used in the Vision Pro. Once the setup is complete, your iPhone will register your eye movements and move an on-screen cursor to wherever your eyes are focused on the display. There's also an option called Dwell Control at the bottom. If you enable this, you can simply look at something and pause for a couple of seconds, and your iPhone will register that as you wanting to select or perform an action. This allows you to begin navigating around your iPhone with just your gaze if needed. You can also adjust the smoothing control to make the pointer movement smoother or more responsive. Also, if you enable Snap to Item, the pointer will snap to the nearest item that you're looking at, similar to the feature on the iPad when using a trackpad or mouse. It's really impressive technology, and if this is a feature that could add value to you, it's definitely worth checking out. So long as you have an iPhone 12 or newer, you can create your own personal voice on your iPhone, iPad, or Mac and use it across all of those devices. Personal voice was designed for people who are losing their voice or are at risk of losing it, and it essentially generates an AI version of your voice that sounds a lot like you. You're going to train your device to create a likeness of your voice. To do this, go to Settings, then Accessibility, and in the Speech section, tap on Personal Voice. Tap the Create a Personal Voice button and follow the prompts to begin recording phrases into your device. It's best to do this in a quiet room, and I recommend setting aside enough time to complete it in one go, but you can pause and return to it later if you need to. Your device will provide around 150 phrases to speak, and you should try to speak them as naturally as possible. When I did this, it took me about 20 minutes to complete. Once you've recorded all 150 phrases, your device will have enough information to create your personal voice. Processing time varies depending on the device. For example, on my iPhone 12, it took several hours to complete, but on my M2 Ultra Max Studio, it was much quicker. All processing happens on the device. Once your personal voice is created, you can tap into it and press the preview button to listen to how it sounds. On the personal voice page, there are a couple of settings that you can enable or disable. Share across devices is one setting that I would recommend enabling. This means that all the devices on your iCloud network, like an iPad or a Mac, will be able to access your personal voice. Allow apps to request to use is also useful, as it lets apps like FaceTime or even third-party apps like Zoom request access to your personal voice. If you go back to accessibility just above personal voice, there is an option called live speech. Tap into this and enable it. Live speech allows you to type words on your keyboard and have them spoken aloud in a particular voice. In the voices section, you can choose from Siri voices or select your personal voice. To access live speech, triple tap the side button. A keyboard will appear on the screen. Simply type in the phrase that you'd like your device to say and tap the speak button to have it read aloud. The accessibility section of my iPhone is full of useful features and information. And speaking of useful information, I've been learning all about my metabolic health lately thanks to Lumen, who are sponsoring this video. Lumen is the world's first handheld metabolic coach, a device that measures your metabolism through your breath. And on the app, it lets you know if you're burning fat or carbs and gives you tailored guidance to improve your nutrition, workouts, sleep, and even stress management. Oh, and yes, the app syncs with the Apple Health app. All you have to do is breathe into your Lumen first thing in the morning and you'll know what's going on with your metabolism, whether you're burning mostly fat or carbs. Then Lumen gives you a personalized nutrition plan for that day based on your measurements. The way that I use it is I breathe into it before and after workouts and meals, so I know exactly what's going on in my body in real time, and then Lumen gives me tips to keep me on top of my health. Your metabolism is your body's engine. It's how your body turns the food you eat into fuel that keeps you going. And because your metabolism is at the center of everything that your body does, optimal metabolic health translates to real benefits like easier weight management, improved energy levels, better fitness results, better sleep, etc. So if you'd like to take the next step in improving your health, go to lumen.me/honesttech to get 15% off your Lumen. That's lumen.me/honesttech for 15% off your purchase. Your iPhone can speak content to you, and better yet, it can do so using the Siri voice, so it sounds really good. If you go to accessibility and then tap into spoken content, you have a couple of options to enable. If you choose speak screen, you can swipe down with 2 fingers from the top of a screen to hear the content of the entire screen. The only drawback is that it will literally read everything on the screen, which can be more than you might want. The option I prefer is speak selection. With this enabled, you can go into any app, Safari to read an article or even messages, and tap and hold on specific text. You'll see the speak option in the contextual menu that appears. Tap this and your phone will read the selected content out loud for you. To ensure that the voice sounds good, go back to settings, then spoken content and tap into voices. Find your language, then tap voice to choose from a number of Siri voices. There are other non-Siri voices available, but in my opinion, they just don't sound as good. You can also set the speaking rate, pitch, and volume in this section. There is a powerful feature within accessibility called live captions. Now, annoyingly, to access this, you have to set the primary language on your iPhone to either US English or Canadian English. This obviously isn't an issue if you're in the US or Canada, but if you're outside of these regions, it is something to keep in mind. Currently, it's only available in these languages. If you need to change your region, go to Settings, choose General, scroll down to Language and Region, and update in the Regions section. Once you've done this, you'll be able to go to Settings, then Accessibility, and scroll down to the Hearing section where you'll see an option called Live Captions. Tap to enable this and live captions will display at the bottom of your screen. By default, live captions will listen to any audio being played on your iPhone, whether you're watching a video or listening to something, and your phone will automatically generate captions for you. Where this feature can be really powerful for people with hearing impairments is when you tap on the live captions drop-down menu and change the setting to microphone. Make sure the play button is active, meaning the microphone is listening and your phone will attempt to create captions in real time for anything that it hears. So if you're having a conversation with someone and you're struggling to hear what they're saying, this feature provides a way for you to follow along and understand exactly what they're saying. By the way, if you prefer to have content like this in a written format, there's a PDF version of this video, complete with screenshots, and you can access it along with all other PDFs I've created, plus future ones, for just $5 a month or by itself as a one-time payment. You can either scan the QR code that you can see on screen or follow the link in the description of this video to learn more. Your iPhone can listen out for specific sounds and alert you if it hears them. For example, if you struggle to hear the doorbell, your iPhone can listen for it continuously, and if it detects the sound, it will send a notification to let you know. If you also wear an Apple Watch, this makes the process even better. This feature is called sound recognition, and you can access it by going to Settings, then Accessibility, and under the Hearing section, tap on Sound Recognition. Toggle this on. If you're doing this for the first time, your phone may need to download some files. It's only about 20 megabytes, so it shouldn't use much data. Once your phone has downloaded this, tap into Sounds to see the different options available. You'll find sounds like fire, dog barking, car horn, doorbell, knocking, glass breaking, water running, baby crying. It's a pretty exhaustive list of common sounds that you might want to monitor. There are also options for custom alarm and custom appliance or doorbell sounds. To set up a custom sound, I'll use appliance or doorbell as an example. Tap into this option, give the appliance a name. I'm going to call it washing machine and choose continue. You'll then play the appliance sound 5 times in a row for your phone to learn it. For something like a washing machine, I would of course recommend recording the sound on a different device and playing it back for your iPhone. Once your phone has listened to the sound 5 times and you see 5 green ticks, you'll be able to set this as a sound for your phone to recognize. Each time that your phone hears this sound, it will let you know. Your iPhone has a powerful function called magnifier. If you're not sure where it is, access Spotlight Search and type in magnifier. It should be an app already installed on your device. tap on it to open. At first, Magnifier will function like a camera view with a slider that you can use to zoom in and out. The quality of zooming in on images here is much sharper than in the Photos app because it isn't designed for taking photos, it's meant to help you read small text. If you tap on the Settings button in the bottom right, you'll see 3 options at the top: Activities, Capture, and Detect. You can choose which of these you'd like to see in the control panel. Activities allows you to customize the control panel on the magnifier view based on what you're doing. So for example, you might set up one activity for reading small text and another to have your phone speak text out loud. Play around with this to find settings that work for you. Capture lets you take an image of something. So if you're trying to read a menu with small text, for example, you could capture an image and use the magnifier functions to make it more readable. I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. Detect isn't available on all iPhones, but on newer models, it can help detect things like people, doors, or furniture. You can also choose which controls to enable or disable at the bottom of this screen. Tap Done to return to the magnifier view. One of the new features in iOS 18 is Reader View. So for example, if you tap the capture button, an image will be captured and your phone will search for any text within it. You can then tap the reader button in the bottom right to see all of the text written clearly on the screen. You can tap the AA button in the bottom right to adjust the font size, change the font, or even have your phone read the text out loud. You can also press close at any time to return to the main view. If you have any kind of visual impairment, you should definitely spend some time experimenting with this app. There is a lot that this can do. If you're enjoying the content here, why not sign up for my weekly newsletter, which is all about tech news and tips delivered free to your inbox each Friday. Sign up via the QR code on the screen or the link in the description. If you struggle with motion sickness when using your iPhone in the car as a passenger, there's a setting in accessibility that was added in iOS 18 that could help. Go to Accessibility, scroll down to Motion, and tap into Show Vehicle Motion Cues. You'll want to either toggle this on or, as I suspect most people will do, set it to automatic. With this set to automatic, your phone will automatically detect when you're moving in a vehicle as a passenger, and it will display small dots around the edges of your screen. These dots move based on the motion of the vehicle, and they're designed to help reduce the feelings of motion sickness when you're looking at your phone. As long as your phone can run iOS 18, you'll be able to use a brand new accessibility function called Vocal Shortcuts. Head into Settings, choose Accessibility, scroll down to the Speech section, and tap into Vocal Shortcuts. If you're setting this up for the first time, you'll see a prompt to set up Vocal Shortcuts. Tap into this. Press Continue on the next page if you're prompted, and then you'll be asked to choose an action for the vocal shortcut to run. So essentially, a vocal shortcut allows you to say a particular phrase out loud without needing to access Siri to have your phone complete an action. From the list, you'll see several options to choose from. Under System, you can access the camera, open the home screen, mute the phone, take a screenshot, and much more. In Accessibility, there's a wide range of functions that you can run. You can even use it to trigger a shortcut. For example, I've got a shortcut enabled on my device called Start Pomodoro, where my device automatically switches to my work focus mode for 25 minutes to help me get focused work done. I'm going to select this as the action that I'd like to run when I say the phrase. On the next page, you'll need to choose the phrase that you'd like to say out loud for your phone to trigger this action. For me, I'm going to type Start Pomodoro and then press Go at the bottom right of the screen. You'll be prompted to say the phrase out loud 3 times in a row. Each time that you say the phrase, wait for the green tick to confirm that your phone has heard you. This helps your phone learn what you sound like when you speak this phrase. Once that's done, the vocal shortcut will be created. So at any time, you can simply say the phrase out loud and your phone should recognize it and run the assigned action. If at any point you'd prefer not to have your phone listening for the phrase, you can disable vocal shortcuts. Just go back into Settings and Accessibility, tap into Vocal Shortcuts, and switch the function off. So there you go, that's the accessibility section of your iPhone. I'm always amazed at just how powerful these features are and how few of them most iPhone owners know about. What do you think? Any features in here that you use all the time that I should have included? Drop me a comment and let me know. And as ever, if you found this video useful, do please consider leaving me a like and subscribing to my channel for more content like this in the future. See you on the next video.